I'm Mary Ray. I'm one of the Stephen ministers at Signal Mountain Presbyterian Church, and I'd like to talk a bit about feelings. Most of us have experienced some challenging feelings over these last few months of dealing with a pandemic and its consequences. Some common responses have been fear, anxiety, disappointment, impatience, and loneliness. These feelings are understandable considering the changes and uncertainty with which we have been living. Fortunately, this period of time has also provided opportunities for rest, introspection, pursuing a new or neglected interest, and spiritual growth. These can lead to more positive changes in our lives and more positive feelings. Let's consider the significance of feelings, how they affect us and others, and how we express them. God created us as people who experience feelings, a wide range of feelings. Many are enjoyable, others are upsetting or painful. It may take courage to face our feelings, being honest with ourselves, but it's necessary for healing and wholeness. In Jesus, God became one of us. He shared the feelings that we experience. He loved his family, enjoyed a wedding celebration, felt the satisfaction of a hard day of work or a good meal. He also suffered the most painful feelings that anyone could ever have. He knows what it's like to be rejected, isolated, hated. Jesus understands our feelings, and he gives us courage to live through them. This provides us with assurance and hope when we're dealing with hurtful or overwhelming feelings in our own lives. As we think about understanding and dealing with feelings, our Stephen Ministry material suggests that we consider several steps: recognizing our feelings, accepting our feelings, and expressing our feelings. The first step is to recognize that a feeling is there. Sometimes a feeling is obvious. You feel happy or excited, or you are sobbing when you're sad. At other times, recognizing feelings is not as easy. Sometimes feelings really hurt, and people push them away or suppress them so they won't have to experience the pain. Most of the time, people don't realize they're doing this. People may even deny enjoyable feelings. For example, a person may not recognize feelings of love or affection because he or she is afraid of a committed relationship. In seeking to recognize the feelings of others, remember that people express feelings not only through their words, but also how they say those words, through their actions, and even through what they don't say. A person's tone of voice may indicate sadness, excitement, nervousness, or anger. Body language can communicate feelings of discouragement, sadness, fear, or excitement. A person may also show strong feelings by refusing to talk about a person or by changing the subject when a topic or issue comes up in conversation. Many of us have been having more contact with family members due to health issues, school, or job changes related to the pandemic. As a caring presence in the life of a loved one or friend, we can help that person recognize feelings by being a good listener. This means maintaining eye contact, not interrupting, being careful not to show judgment or shock through our facial expressions or verbal responses. it can be helpful to summarize and say back to the person what you understood them to say. This is called reflecting feelings and encourages the person to clarify if needed and to continue to share. The second step is to accept our own feelings, realizing that it's all right to have the feelings we have. Feelings are not good or bad. They come from within us and are based on how we perceive people and events. What is important is what we do with them. If we judge feelings as bad or unacceptable, that is another way of denying those feelings. We have to accept our feelings before we can deal with them. In a like manner, when we accept the feelings of another person, we give them permission to accept their own feelings and move on to expressing them in a healthy way. The third step in dealing with feelings is to express them. While we can't choose what feelings come to us, we can choose how we respond to them. People express feelings in many ways, through words or sounds, through actions, through writing. It is so important to health and relationships to express feelings in a meaningful way and not to hold them in. Bottling up strong feelings, stifling them, can lead to physical or mental health problems or to an explosion as feelings intensify. Those who rarely express positive feelings of love or gratitude may lose valued relationships. How do we become more comfortable and effective in expressing our feelings? By accepting whatever feelings we are experiencing, by expressing them to God through prayer, by writing about our feelings in a journal or diary, through physical activity, which helps us release tension or worry, through sharing our feelings with a trusted friend, family member, or pastor. Another option is to request a Stephen minister who will be available to you through the church. When we share our feelings, we receive significant benefits for our lives, our relationships, and our health.